Yo, what's going on, you guys? It is Ceejaybrand, and we are back once again with a brand new tech review video for you guys once again. Now, today we're going to be talking about the all-new Apple event that's coming out next week on March the 4th, and I really want to talk about one particular device that I'm hoping, got my fingers crossed for it, that I'm hoping that Apple will go to drop, which is going to be an all-new MacBook, but this time it's not going to be any type of MacBook that we have seen that we currently have on the market available today. It should be a budget-friendly MacBook option that is going to be set to compete for like Chromebooks and also the low-end, Windows computer users. So I can't wait to figure out if that's going to be the drop. But there also is a couple other different products that we will talk about in today's video that Apple should be releasing on the 4th of March. But let's go and get into today's video. Let's go and talk about what we may see for the Apple event. Man, when I tell you guys, this year's already flying by so freaking quick. I'm actually kind of happy that we are having another Apple event already here on the 4th of March, which is literally like next week, a couple days from now and everything. And they're supposed to be dropping maybe around like 7 to 8 different products. And these are pretty much going to be like new, I won't say they're going to be new products itself, but they're just pretty much refreshing, like their old year's stuff. Like I said, there's one product that may be new, which I'm hoping is just going to be a base level MacBook. This is right here has been rumored, I want to say, for a couple years now, and honestly, I think it's about that time. We got a lot of people out here that wants to join the the Mac ecosystem, but the cost is just crazy. Me personally, we're on the M5 chip right now, and I honestly still got my M1 Pro MacBook Pro and everything, and I don't have any plans on upgrading that anytime soon until I start to see like the specs blow me out the water. But one product that I did read upon was actually Apple may be dropping the iPhone 17e. Now the 17e is obviously going to be just an upgrade from the 16e that we currently got right now on the market, which I wouldn't really recommend them to do it just yet, just because they just got the 16e out coming from just the base model iPhone SEs and everything. So it's like, really, what's the the rush? But some people are saying obviously we're going to have the new A19 chip inside the phone, just giving us some overall spec increase. We may also see the dynamic island coming over to the E lineup, which I guess that'd be cool and everything. That would be beneficial because now those people that actually have that type of device, they can now feel like they have a normal iPhone that's more affordable, which, like I said, I don't think that would be too bad at all. And we should also be seeing MagSafe coming over to the phone as well, which this actually kind of surprised me. I thought MagSafe has always been in the SE lineup, but clearly it actually has not. And even in the 16e, the MagSafe options are still not there. We also should go ahead and get an increase to our wireless chip, just bringing more Bluetooth connectivity and also wireless connectivity from my cell phone towers. I think it's a C1X and the N1 chip that we should be getting. Now, I don't know too much about those two chips at all because I'm just a tech consumer. I don't care about the technical specs of all this crazy nonsense. I just want to make sure my stuff run. I just want to make sure it's efficient. I just want to make sure I'm gonna have a good time with my products. I ain't gonna bore you guys with all the technical specs because I don't care for real either. But anyway, let's go to move on to the next product. Now, this next product right here is something that gets refreshed, in my opinion, almost every month. That's how I feel. I feel like every time I open my computer up, I see, oh yeah, we have a new iPad that's coming out. So apparently they're supposed to be dropping 2 new iPads. One of them is just pretty much an upgraded chip. The base model iPad is going to be going from, I think, the A17 to an A18 chip. And then also they're going to be dropping an M4 lineup for the iPad Airs, which I kind of find this being too much at this point in time. I feel like the Apple should go ahead and do away with the A chips and everything. Just put everything under that M chip that we currently do have for our, high-end MacBooks, high-end iPads and all that stuff. Just give us that. Take away the A chips, leave that for the phones, or do something. I don't know, man. I think it's just too much. We got too much stuff going on, and it's like, bro, how do we keep up? But anyway, like I said, so they're going to be dropping 2 new iPads allegedly. One is going to be a new A18 chip, and the A18 chip pretty much is going to allow this base model iPad to use Apple Intelligence, which I don't know if anybody's actually still using it or even talking about it to this day, because me personally, I have not used Apple Intelligence at all on my phone, just because I don't truthfully know what can it do? You know, I was be heavy into it at first when it was first announced, but then clearly they start dying down and dying down and dying down, and I'm just like, I don't think this is going to be for me. But that's what the A18 chip is supposed to be doing for the base model iPad, is giving us, you know, the ability to use one, also the new Siri as well, and then also Apple Intelligence. And then also on top of that, the new iPad Air is going to be getting the M4 chip and boarded into it as well, which we already know that's what we pretty much use. I'm actually in the process of actually making a day in the life video with my iPad Pro M4 chip. I got the 13-inch one, I think, so 12 inch, one of those two. But yeah, we got one of those videos coming out soon, and so far I've been enjoying it, so I don't know what's the rush for M5 chip once again. Now let's go to talk about the MacBook that's supposed to be dropping out. And honestly, like I said, I really hope that Apple will go ahead and say, forget it, we finna do it. I gotta do it because I need the people that want to get into our ecosystem to buy our products at a very affordable price. Now, as of right now, we do have the Apple MacBook Air being like the low-end version of the Mac ecosystem, which, I mean, it costs around like $850, $899. Sometimes we catch ourselves at $759. This depending on where you're actually shopping. Well, that don't matter. Apple really don't give away discounts, but you can catch it on sale sometime. I know Best Buy have had it before for like $759, $799, but that's still a very steep price point for a user. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do for the base model, but let's talk about some specs that is kind of rumored for right now. Now, this MacBook right here is supposed to be coming in at a 12.9-inch display, which you can just pretty much say a 13-inch display for a MacBook, which that is actually going to be perfect. We've already seen that screen size, also it's definitely going to be decent for the average user. Now, it's also supposed to be supporting an 8GB RAM. I don't know the storage options on here just yet, but I'm assuming that that's going to be anywhere between 256 to 512. But I would go ahead and say the base model most likely will be at 256. Now, I know for a fact Apple is not going to hit us with that, oh yeah, here goes 64GB, you know, storage for the MacBook, or even a 128. And if they do that, that is just diabolical, and that's very disrespectful. So I hope they don't do anything like that. Now, this is something that I kind of find strange as well. This MacBook is supposed to have an A18 chip inside of it, which once again, like I said, I just wish that we go ahead and shy away from all this stuff. I could have even seen Apple saying, okay, cool, we're gonna make a M5 or M Air chip for the MacBook Air, but instead they're putting a chip inside of it, which, like I said, that's just kind of crazy to me. So I want to know exactly, once again, how is that going to work coming inside of a MacBook? You know, I don't know. Now, we also are going to be seeing a couple different colorways coming from this MacBook as well. This kind of reminds me of like the iPhone lineup, how we have the base model iPhone, then we have a Pro model, and then we have a Plus model, or well, we have the base Plus, then a Pro, but then now we have an Air model. But anyway, going back to that, the MacBooks are supposed to have different colors. So far, I've seen colors such as like blue, we got a pink one, and also a yellow. So I'm kind of curious to figure out what other colors will they give us, and will they try to match these, you know, these MacBooks to match like the phone. And then also on top of that, will these be new refreshed MacBooks, since it does have an A18 chip in it? Like, will, you know, 2027 will we have like an A19 chip? You know, will we eventually go to the M chip? You know, stuff like that. I don't know. But right now, the rumor price for this MacBook is supposed to be around like $599 to $699, which, I mean, that $599 price, that's the goal in my personal opinion, because if you wanted this MacBook to compete with like Chromebooks and like the low-end Windows computers, that is literally going to be your budget market. And even if you can get it down to $499, hey, that's going to be selling like hotcakes, like literally. Now, besides that MacBook coming out, we're also supposed to be getting the M5 Pro and M5 Max chip as well for the Pro versions of the MacBooks, and that's basically all that we should be seeing. Hopefully, fingers crossed once again. Of course, they may be dropping some new AirPods or even updates to AirPods. I can't think of anything else that they may need to drop or they may want to drop. Hopefully, they'll drop some updates for, like, you know, the M5, I'm sorry, not the M5, but the AirPods Maxes, the AirPods, I mean the Air Homes, all the other stuff that they have that, you know, normally we don't carry around with us on a daily basis. Hopefully we'll see some updates come to that. But like I said, the biggest thing is going to be the all new MacBook, and I'm really hoping that that is going to be something that's going to be dropped on the 4th of March, just because I'd be probably one of the people that's just buying it because I want to test it out myself. But anyway, you guys, that's all we got for you guys today in regards to what we may expect to see on the Apple March the 4th event. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.